Oh, 44-32 in Orchard Park as the Bills behind Josh Allen's 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Now, he did throw 2 picks, but third game in league history with those numbers. Allen did it in 2024 at the Rams, and Otto Graham did it in the 1954 NFL championship game. Both teams entered this one 6-3, coming off losses, in dire need of a win. And in the end, Josh Allen and the hometown team come away with the double-digit victory. This is like the Pete Prisco Bowl. 2 teams he loves, 2 quarterbacks he loves, coaches he respects. You were talking about it with us watching. You said this is the way Buffalo should play. Yes, Josh Allen had 2 turnovers, but 6 total touchdowns.
You could take 2 turnovers and 6 total touchdowns every day of the week, wouldn't you? And look, I love James Cook. I think he's a really good back. And I think they do need to run the football. But they need to run the football when they need to run the football. When you need to run the football is when you have a lead. Look at the way their defense is constructed. We watched it again today. Do they stop the run ever? They don't stop the run. And if you can't stop the run, what's the best way to stop the run? Is get a lead and take advantage of your big play quarterback. And I think we saw that today. And when you do that, you turn your pass rushers loose, and we saw that late in the game. They're a better team playing with the lead. So why restrict the quarterback? Let him throw the ball. I know they say, well, you don't have any receivers, you don't have that. You can scheme stuff. We see teams all the time scheme it open, and you can take shots. Let him play free, let him play loose, let him use those legs like he did today. This is the Josh Allen that needs to be playing for the Buffalo Bills. If he plays like this, they have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. If they think they're going to line up and play power football and run the football with that defense and the way they stop the run, they're going home early in the postseason.
No, and I could agree with that, and especially from the standpoint of allowing Josh Allen to play more free. And when I say play more free, I'm saying play more like a Lamar Jackson-style offense where he's touching the ball or he is a part of every play and has the threat of running the football on every play, whether that's through the course of playing the quarterback position when something breaks down or on design runs. And then off of that, now you can feed the backs. You can get those lighter boxes and give James Cook these creases that we know if he hits those creases, he can go, and take it the distance. But like Pete said, this defense was constructed to play with a lead, right? And that allows those guys that they've spent a lot of money on up front to be able to pin their ears back and go get the quarterback and hopefully have the chance to make some plays on the ball on the back end, because they're still in their safety position. There's still some questions there whether they have the guys back there that they can do what we call erase plays on the back end in terms of either finishing on the football in terms of getting the ball carrier down on the ground as a last minute play, or a guy that can go back deep range, play from red line to red line and take the ball away.
So to both of y'all's point, a stat that backs up what they talk about, the Bills are a team that are better when they play ahead. They average 8 yards a play today. That is efficient, right? And then you want to look at it. There was a point in the third quarter where they had scored 28 points on 46 plays. Now, again, you want to talk about efficiency. You want to talk about scoring at a high clip. You want to talk about being explosive as an offense. That's what allows their defense to not have to worry about stopping the run. Because in 46 plays, if you can score 28 points,
I'll take it.
I'll take it any day of the week. If I'm an offensive coordinator, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm going to say, well, teams aren't going to be able to run the ball because they're going to be in pass mode. They're going to be playing from behind. Then we can let Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, when he's healthy, hopefully they'll have him back towards the end of the year, and Bosa, who's, re-immersed himself at this part of his career. So, again, yes, when you are averaging 8 yards a play, scoring that many points on so few plays, you want your defense to be just defending the pass, and that's what they're good at. That's their recipe to winning.
Thought on Tampa Bay, which is 1-3 after a 5-1 start. Baker Mayfield talking about lack of killer instinct. They had Sean Tucker with a fantastic day, 3 total touchdowns ran. What's the outlook here on the Bucs recently?
Baker's got to get going again. And I think today was the first time, if my memory serves me correct in watching the telecast, today was the first time we've seen Baker run the ball in 3 games. And I know he's been dealing with injury, whether it's the knee, whether it's the oblique, but him and his excitement and the fire he brings he's going to have to step up again to get this offense going, because they're going to be without Mike Evans. And then Chris Godwin, we don't know if he's going to be in or out of the lineup. And at some point, people are going to start bracketing Ibuka and take him out of the game. But you mentioned the guy today. and I'm calling him Baby Dame.
Oh,
Baby
Damien Harris.
I'm calling him Baby Dame. Sean Tucker. I told Dame.
He did.
I told Dame when he walked in, I said, there's a guy out here playing today that reminds me of you. And Dame gave me typical Dame, yeah, all right. And then Dame saw him run and was like, yeah, I can see where you can make that
You remember what I
comparison.
said? I like this guy's style. I like his style. A little similarity. I had 3 touchdowns against Buffalo once before. So I see the connection that you made, and we need to give him his flowers because he had himself a day. But you're absolutely right. This team goes as Baker Mayfield's go. He's got to pick it back up. He has to, because even when you look at the stats, they had more first downs. They were 9 for 16, which is a good day. They were 1 for 1 on 4th down. They only had 2 penalties all day. So when you look at it, it's like, what did they need to do in order to win this game? Baker Mayfield's just got to play better. He's got to find a way to will this team to victory.
No sacks. That's a concern. You talk about the Bucks, the no sacks. They have to get to the quarterback, and they play the Rams next week. So that's a tough game next week for them, too.
All right, we'll hit a break here on HQ. When we return, boy, the Bucks just didn't lose. Couple that with a Carolina win, and Panthers are just a half game back of the Bucks. We'll talk about the high-scoring, nail-biting win over the Falcons next.